Hi there, my name's Angela and this one here is Chris.
Oh God.
And we're from the Sheeptree.
I wasn't ready, I'm still asleep.
Sorry. Neither of us particularly want to film today because we are, well, I don't know what Chris is doing, but I'm doing some, if you can call it, damage control on flea beetle. The flea beetle have done the damage. I just need to harvest what I can, and then we need to decide what we're going to do with the patch of garden. But just to show you an example of flea beetle if you've never seen them, here we have a seemingly beautiful red cabbage. But if you look here, they've eaten away the leaves, and if you hit it, they all bounce. Hence flea beetles. But there are just thousands of them. And then behind the red cabbage you have what was actually kale, but they eat the leaves back to basically a skeleton. And then further in, that is my purple sprouting broccoli. So this is potentially a bit of a loss. So I think what I'm going to do...
Question?
Hello.
This is a pickling one, right?
It is a pickling variety cucumber.
So chickens.
Yeah, split it in half, give it chickens. Yeah, so I will probably, because these have got a small head on them, so I'll harvest that one, harvest these two, and pull back the leaves, see what we can get from them. This here is the main target that I'm going to fix, get rid of, whatever you want to call it, today. This was once a glorious patch of swedes. As you can see, the leaves are just nothing but brittle death, maybe. There aren't any flea beetle here anymore because they've eaten everything they can eat. So I'm going to well, the plan was to pull all of these. They are growing some green. We'll see as I go through, work it out. As you can see, this patch of the garden has kind of been neglected, mainly because I just didn't really want to come over here whilst everything was dying. But I will try and pull some weeds, and then I think I'm going to let, this is a Hubbard squash pumpkin here, let that grow this way, and then we've got my trombosinos over there, let them grow this way, and this area can just become an extension of the pumpkin patch. Yeah, so I'll get cracking. Alright, so here's my very sad harvest. Yeah, three rows of swede, I think it was. Has amounted to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 swede, ranging from that big to that big. None of these will store in the house. They've all got blemishes and things on them. So my plan is to just cut them up, steam them, mash them and freeze them for eating throughout the winter. And then next is to clear the whole patch. We're going to take off all the mulch because not only are flea beetle kicking our behinds this year, but we have voles as well, don't we, Chris?
Yeah.
So part of battling the voles is removing the mulch, which is something else that annoys me because the mulch is so helpful. But we are going to remove all the mulch and instead we're going to make compost with the mulch, and hopefully eventually we will mulch with compost. That is the plan.
We don't mind the wildlife. We like the wildlife. We live in the countryside. There is going to be wildlife. But when it gets to the stage of you can't have anything because they've eaten it all, then they've got to go.
Yeah, it's a bit silly when you can literally see mice and voles running around the garden in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we should say also, the neighbour's cat hangs out here and he can't keep on top of them, and he is a good mouser.
Yeah. So, yeah, I expect you've already said, we basically stopped coming out here and looking at it because it was just demoralising for everything. So now we've got weeds everywhere. Bindweed that we were keeping on top of has just run rampant. And start again.
There are crops that are doing well at the moment, touch wood.
Haven't been got yet.
Yeah, I mean, the courgettes aren't doing brilliantly this year. I think it's just because it's a bad year generally. But
It's probably too hot for them, really. Isn't
yeah,
it?
but I
Too dry.
am getting courgettes and they are not getting eaten.
Yeah.
We just haven't got a huge glut of courgettes.
What we don't know is when we remove everything else that they like to eat, if they're just going to eat all the stuff that's currently not being eaten.
Well, I don't know, because they're silly things. I was weeding around some lettuce and I found a patch of clover seeds and mice poo. So they've been picking up clover from the lawn, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, one just ran across there. Picking up clover from the lawn, hiding in the lettuce and eating the clover seeds. Which, if they could crack on doing that,
Yeah.
it'd be marvellous. But, yeah, what, are you looking to see Frank waking up?
There was a hand waving, but I think he's asleep.
He's waving in his sleep.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, so if they don't get the sweet corn, I think it'll be a good year for sweet corn. We're getting cucumbers, despite the fact that any cucumbers on the floor are getting munched, but thankfully I've trellised most of them. What else are we getting? We are getting some beans for the ones they haven't eaten, but it's like the beans are growing until they chew through the bottom of them.
Yeah.
And the beans I've planted so far over there, my vole experiment, are growing. They didn't eat the seeds, so we're just going to see if they're going to eat the plants. But then, like my second crop of peas, the peas were loving life. They were the best looking peas we've had at three plantings, and they've just gone along and eaten them all off at the base. So, but
There's one left, I see, that's flowering
there
away
is
merrily.
a glorious pea plant. Yeah. The peppers look like they're all right, and I've just tied them up in the greenhouse so they're not on the floor, so hopefully they won't get spotted. And like the winter squash is loving life, and I have no idea whether or not they're going to attempt to eat them. Just a lot of work and no potatoes.
Yeah, a lot of work, no potatoes. The raspberries didn't like the heat, they gave up.
Yeah, we did get
We got quite a few, but
2.5 Ziploc bags, like, I don't know what they are, like 3 litre bags, something like that. 4 litre, 2 litre bags.
3 litre.
About that big. 2.5 of those in the freezer. We've got blackcurrants, we've got blackcurrant cordial in the freezer. And we've got raspberry cordial as well.
Yeah.
So some of them went to that. And we did eat, a fill of raspberries. Frank had his, well, no, Frank
Yeah, it's just
never has his fill.
Normally they just grow for a bit longer and they just
Yeah.
went, nope.
Yeah,
done.
normally we would get about four bags worth if we were freezing them. But yeah, they just did not But then that's on us a bit. We didn't water them.
Yeah.
We've never had to.
Yeah, we've never really had a year just like this year. I can't remember the last time we had any decent rain.
Yeah.
It would be
It's been a dry spring.
February? Maybe March?
It's whenever the
March.
fields were so wet you couldn't walk. Like we had a lot of rain, like there was standing water in the orchards.
Yeah.
And then we've had nothing.
Oh, it's March, and what are we today? We are the 27th
Of July.
of July. And this is the UK where it rains.
Yeah, normally
You have 2 good days
you
for
can't
summer.
grow tomatoes outside because of the blight. That's why we grow them in
Saying that,
polytunnels.
have you seen the ones over there?
Yeah, they need water.
It looks like they're getting blight across the bottom.
I think that's just dehydration.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah. No, I looked at that. I was like, no, that is just they are just struggling. That and there are voles living under them.
Yeah.
But I mean, they might. The humidity this year, we might have blight. But anyway, that's enough waffling.
Rambles.
Let's do some work.
I don't wanna.
Okay, I'll go meet you.
Okay.